Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Ben the Bold, and you have tuned in for another episode of our Very Tall Sicily campaign. So, trying to shorten us a little bit is Carthage. They sensed that we were weak, they could sense that we had very little manpower, that our economy wasn't doing so well after a very long, prolonged war on the Italian mainland, and they decided to try to retake some of our land. So, the city of Carthage, the state of Carthage, indeed the Empire of Carthage, has declared war on the tall Sicilians. So far, they have landed one large army. It was about 18,000 men to begin with on the island of Sicily. We were able to completely stack wipe it. It is gone. Vamoose, out of here. But we did take a lot of casualties, and unfortunately, we just don't have the manpower right now, with only 156 people in reserve, to really sustain large losses. So they may be able to just outlast us. Thankfully, though, our war score for owning the entire province of Sicily, ooh, look at you, and you get an enslavement efficiency, you're going to the horse guy. Thankfully, our just ability to hold on to our island so far is really helping, and hopefully we'll be able to sue for peace without actually losing anything. We'll have to see, though. Wait, why is the last major battle minus 10? So why does that one war score thing keep popping up? Either way, hopefully we'll just be able to outlast them. Hopefully any army that they decide to put on to our homeland, like this army of 10,000 men here, which I'm going to go ahead and just get these armies in place. Hopefully any army that they decide that to put on our soil, we will be able to just crush. Where are you going, fleet? Alright, and it appears that they are happy maybe to go north and try to take maybe our allies' land up here. It's undefended. It would be smart if they did. Yes, and look at that. They're going to move their 9.7 troops up to Corsica. They're going to try to retake some land up there. That's okay, because the land that, while they will get a positive war score for that, the land that we have to make sure that they don't take so that we can keep getting this ticking war score, which is already up to 20. Now, make that 21. The land we have to keep them from taking is right down here. That is all we are concerned about. That's really all that we can hold. You know what? I am going to go ahead and finally accept this. That's going to give me some national manpower increase, which, Jesus, you know that is what I need right now. Alright, I can get an invention. I might want to hold off a little while on the invention. Although eventually this army maintenance cost down would be huge. For instance, what am I paying in army maintenance right now? Currently 5, so minus 10%. I would get another 0.5 ducats per month if I just hit that button. It's definitely a button I'm going to hit, and it's definitely going to be something I hit relatively soon, but I just don't think yet. I'm going to have you come up here so that you're not just wasting any manpower. If I get to around 100 ducats, I will definitely go ahead and hit that button. In the meantime, I don't, unfortunately, really want to move any men up to Corsica to try to retake this land. It just doesn't seem worth it for me at the current moment. This is another reason why I think I would definitely want these two countries, assuming I survive this war with Carthage, another reason why I would want these two countries as tributaries instead of feudatories, because I would not actually want them to be called into war. Oh, it looks like I have a decision I can adopt. Adopt a stratocratic monarchy. We'll get 2 military ideas and 1 oratory idea. I don't necessarily know if I want to do that. Greater than 40 stability, territory civilization level. Let's see, what's my current? That morale recovery speed going up might be good. But currently I'm getting general and admiral loyalty up and corruption down. I haven't had to worry about corruption a ton yet in this playthrough. And I like this. You know what? I actually don't love these bonuses. National citizens and happiness is good, but not great. Desired Freeman ratio in cities. Actually, that's kind of not what I want, because I personally want more citizens in cities. Well, in times of peace, I'm happy. In times of war, like right now, I'm kind of happy with the high citizen ratio because my manpower is so low. It's helping me gain them back. Maybe I do want to hit this. It could give me 35%. I think I'm going to do it. We've lost a lot of stability. That's going to be okay. Now I have to get all new ideas. Well, that's not amazing. Let's go ahead and get that morale of armies up, as well as the army morale recovery speed up, as well as the reinforcement speed. That's going to be good. And then as soon as I can, I'll go ahead and get, I think, the general loyalty up, since I'm not super worried about corruption at the current moment. That will hopefully just make me a little bit more resilient to Alright. I was sitting here, I was like, I count 4 armies over here, but I only see 3 armies on the world map. It's because I have 2 armies sitting on top of each other. Looks like my son has gotten an infection. Gosh, and you got the bald trait too, didn't you? Oh, and you got the dun. He's not the greatest. And he's my primary heir. Perfect, and he has an infection. Can I send him to a doctor? No. I might try to send him adventuring as an adult. We'll just have to see what happens when he gets to an adult. It looks like white peace is imminent. They are going to be forced to make white peace in 725 days. Hey, that is exactly what I want. I'm actually going to try to get it sooner than that. We are going to have grand celebrations. They will be in the streets of Syracuse if we can force the Carthaginians to a white peace. Looks like we have Touched by Hermes. Ooh, that's going to be awesome. Plus local tax up in one of our... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just get the money, because that's going to allow me to hit the army maintenance cost. That's huge. Anything else? I can do national tax up, freeman output up, general loyalty up. All of these are great. In fact, army morale recovery, I'm kind of realizing how important that is. I really want to increase my citizen research point. I'm not happy with only 33 research points at this point in the game. I really want that to be higher. Although I am happy, I do feel like I am currently teched up pretty well. Where am I in relation to Carthage? I am actually way ahead in tech of Carthage, but that's good. I want to stay way ahead in tech, according to Carthage. I'm also going to go ahead and take the national tax up. Just go ahead and get me a little bit more money. And then I'm not going to spend any more money for a little while. In the lull of this war, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of look around. I want more free citizens pretty much everywhere. I also want to probably start thinking about a culture conversion for some of my larger cities, because at this point I've taken so many slaves that... So, just for the time being, I think I'm going to switch this governor policy to... No, I'm going to wait, because I don't want to spend any political influence quite yet, because I'm waiting probably just one more month tick. Yeah, just one more month tick for a new idea slot so that I can get national free... Oh gosh, is that worse? You know what, I might have messed up going with the stratocratic monarchy. I thought I was going to get some better bonuses than that. Either way, it is what it is. We gave it a shot. I don't have the farmlands, but giving them what... Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, I guess. Let's go ahead and hit the general loyalty up. I like that. And we are ever ticking closer to that imminent white peace. Unfortunately, when they did take this when they took that fort, they did a number on the war score. They are probably less likely, yeah, they think they're making gains. So why would they want to end the war? I kind of understand that. But again, as long as we can hold on, then they will be forced to white peace in just in like 2 years. So it's going to be a little while, but we will outlast them. We are the grand and glorious, very tall Sicilians. Sicily is very tall, after all. I wonder what the average height of a person like today is in Sicily. I don't know. I say that like I know what is like a good average height. I don't even know what the average height is like where I live. Alright, we can move an admiral to Macedon or a general. I think I'm just going to move the admiral. Who knows? I want you to be nice and strong anyway, and you seem to actually be a better admiral fit irregardless. I think as long as my allies stick around, these 18 cohorts from the Lucanians, that is absolutely imperative that the Lucanians stay with me. Having the Lucanians as an ally has been hugely helpful. And in fact, I might go ahead and... I probably need to, because yeah, I have some slots open. I need to start looking around at other potential allies. Someone like you, maybe? I know that you're not going to want to since we're at war, but... Who are you allied with? Just Rome. Oh, but you have a ton of... Okay. I still have my claim here. Looks like they are finally willing to move these... There are 106 ships. There are 106 ships are actually going north. Which might actually mean that maybe if I wanted to be a little more aggressive, I could be, but I don't want to be super hyper-aggressive here because, well, I just don't have the manpower. If I lose, 2,800 men here, I'm not going to get those back for quite some time. They're still not willing for peace, although they're coming closer to me. It's not going to matter, though, because in about a year... Assuming they don't take the entire province of Sicily, they will be forced to sue for peace anyway. In which we will spend time building up and building a stronger coalition so that we are not caught like this ever again. That's going to mean both vassal states and feudatories as well as more tributaries. Tributaries are giving us a ton of income. If we didn't have those tributaries, we would be in a lot of trouble as far as money goes. Eventually, since it doesn't look like Rome is going to be quite the major boss that I expected them to be in this campaign, and instead I'm actually thinking it's probably going to be Carthage, because really the hardest part of this campaign may be challenging Carthage for naval dominance, especially because they are going to be able to, no matter what happens, I can pump Sicily full of as many people as I want, but pretty much no matter what happens, Carthage is always going to be able to have a bigger navy than I am, at least probably, unless I really want to invest just overly heavily in the navy, which is something that I'm willing to do, especially because I think once I go down the military tree, well, I actually can build some megapolyrenes. Do I have megapolyrenes now? Oops, accidentally zoomed way out. No, I don't have any megapolyrenes now. I might go ahead and think about building one of those. I know I'm in war, and I probably don't need it quite yet, but I'm going to go ahead and build it. Build a ship the size of a aircraft carrier. Enough, if, you know what? Gosh, wouldn't that be something? Probably not in this war, but in future wars, I might think about building a couple of megapolyrenes, sailing to Carthage, completely, because one of those awesome unique abilities that the megapolyrene has is that it can just crush any fort in a port city. And so I might, and again, probably won't be in this war, but I might consider sailing to Carthage, dropping Carthage an entire fort level, making it an undefended city, and then sacking Carthage. That would be just kind of epic, and something that I really hope to be one of the main goals of this campaign. Meanwhile, we are actually only about 2 or 3 months away from forcing a white peace, and in which I will take as a huge victory. Forcing them to settle for a white peace and getting a new truce timer. I mean, that is a huge victory. There's no shame in that. That is for sure. Looks like my I can still, nope, don't want to offer you an alliance. I can still try to ransom out my, it looks like I have a couple people imprisoned abroad. Looks like I can try to ransom them, although I'm really not interested in doing that at the current moment. Really, all I'm doing is waiting for that to tick down. More than 700. Okay, so now we can just enforce a white peace. So let's see what happens. All right, Sicily loses 25 political influence. I lose 5 legitimacy and 5 popularity. Or I could lose 50 gold. I don't want to lose 50 gold, so and I definitely don't want to lose 30 legitimacy, so yeah, why would anyone ever hit this button? No, this one is much better in every way. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that. And you know what? Hey, sorry Carthage, you get a white piece. Can't do nothing about it either. And now we have a chance to actually reduce our army maintenance. And kind of, I think it's time to celebrate a little bit. I think I would love to throw a party. In fact, let's do it. Where's that 10 general? You. Oh, I would love to hold a triumph for you. I just don't have the money. But anyway, I think this is cause for great celebration in Syracuse. They are safe. The glorious Sicilian armies were able to defend the walls of Syracuse quite well in the end. Syracuse is going to stay a bustling and busy metropolis, and in fact, or city, but in fact it soon will be a grand metropolis as soon as I have enough funds, which is going to admittedly be a little while. I will go ahead and hit that found metropolis button. Let's go ahead and turn Syracuse rather, into the grandest city in all of the land. Speaking of, can I get any trade into it? Doesn't look like it. So I know I am trying to rebuild. Oh, what's this? Yeah, warm period. I'll take it. I know I'm trying to rebuild, but I'm also constantly looking for places where I can begin to start thinking about going to war. Let's see. You have quite a few allies. What about Rome? Rome is at war with a ton of people, but it's allied with Etruria. You still just want grain? Everyone just wants grain. What about you? Who are you allied with? Oh, they're a tributary of Macedon. I don't really want to go fighting Macedon right now. In fact, I want to go ahead and build another megapolirene. And let's go ahead and build 5 of these. Alright, so we have fought a huge war. We are still just out of manpower, which that's kind of okay. We thankfully didn't take near as many casualties in that most recent war against Carthage as I feared we would. If they had just put all of their armies in Sicily, we would have really struggled, especially if they had done it early, as we had very low morale that in pretty much the entire beginning of that war. I think it is time once again for us, though, to start focusing on research. We are getting about 38.5 or 0.6 research points per month. That's going to be very good. Oh, yeah, you'll go ahead and have you lose some loyalty to gain some popularity. That's great. Looks like I need a new Hierophant. That's going to increase my Omen power a little bit. Speaking of, something else that will increase my Omen power is converting more pops. If we look at the religion, oh, we lose 15 popularity, that's not great. So this place still has a ton of course, there's not much I can do about that. Let's go ahead, yeah, we're still on religion's conversion. When will you be done? 506, so in 6 years. That's not amazing. Not amazing at all. What about here? Are there a lot of... He'll be done in just a few months. It's perfect. He'll be done in a couple of years. So I will admit, at least, while it is kind of annoying that it's taking so long to convert these pops, it is, I do think, a little bit better than the old system they had where I just hit a couple buttons and poof, let's go ahead and decline that. Where I would just, you know, hit a few buttons and poof, all my pops turned into the right religion, the right culture. I do feel like this is a better system. It is also, unfortunately, though, a much slower system, which, in the end, is exactly what people wanted after all, right? Ooh, there has been a murder! I'm gonna go with... Well, who did it? Who are you? You're a general, you're also a pretender. Oh, you're my best general, and you are pretty loyal. Loyalty is fading. Can I increase your loyalty like this? No. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a travesty, but we're powerless to act. It's not going to help me in the long run. Can I become your friend or something? I can give you a holding. That will have you gain loyalty, but your power base will go up, which means you will probably become less loyal a little faster. Oh, you already are my friend. Ah, my friend might dislike me. Do I get any loyalty up for him being a friend? Friend of ruler, yeah, 0.05. Just 0.05? He's my best friend, though. He's fought for me in many battles, just for me. It's okay. With 74 and only dripping down at 0.03 per month, he's 54 years old. He's probably going to die long before he becomes disloyal. That's going to be okay. I think for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and change this governor policy to cultural assimilation. And for the time being, I will leave that governor policy just the way it is. Hopefully once we regain some manpower, and again, the reason our manpower isn't ticking up here is because first we are reinforcing all of our armies here. We are just hell, honestly, probably about a year away from finishing that and starting to tick our manpower up again up in the top bar. It's going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just hit that +4 speed button just to hurry this process along a little bit. Looks like we are going to gain the epileptic trait. That's not great. And I'm going to keep building more boats. How about some Exiers? Just going to build a bunch. Because I really do want the only nation to be able to challenge us for naval dominance to be Carthage. Well, I mean, with the exception of some of maybe the major successor states. But as far as in the Western Med, it should be me and Carthage, just the two of us, able to really challenge each other for naval dominance. Alright, and it looks like within about a month we will be able to be fully maintained, or at least have all of our troops reinforced. I'm going to go ahead and once again hit that manpower recovery speed, even though I would have loved to have hit the research research points bonus. Nope. I guess I will probably... You know what? I'm kind of okay if he gains some loyal cohorts. He's still pretty loyal. Right. Okay, so now he's going down by 0.8 per month, but he's still pretty loyal. If I have to, I will grant him a friend. Or I'll grant him a holding. That would keep him loyal for the rest of his life. Alright, so my armies have been completely rebuilt. Let's go ahead. Ooh, look at you. 19 years old and 11 general, plus a siege ability up. Oh, perfect. It looks like we have our big spiritual successor. Is there any way I can make you even more loyal? Looks like we have a death, unfortunately. I want that to be... Let's see, that's just mercenary down. Alright, so I'm just going to have you. Yeah, mercenary army maintenance. I'm not going to have any mercenaries, at least for a while. Let's go ahead and make you the new general here. That's going to increase his loyalty way up. That's great. I think it's time to go ahead and get... Not another invention. Oh, going to all the way, the fleet maintenance is going to put me over on funds. That's okay. Let's go ahead and build up a war chest. I will go into the negative in the next war. An incendiary slave speaks out. I think that this one is... Although I hate to lose any more popularity, so unfortunately I think I might do this, or actually gain just a little bit of popularity. Unfortunately my slave output is going to go down, which is not good, but I need it. I'm going to go ahead and accept this to go ahead and just get a little bit more manpower. Decline that. Looks like we've had another death. Doesn't seem to really matter much. Oh no, he's lost the infectious trait, but he's gained lung disease. And I cannot seek treatment unless I have $200. And he's an adult. So, unfortunately, my heir may not make it to old age. Poor child. Which is going to obviously rack him in grief. He's very pious. He just doesn't understand why the gods would do this to him. I kind of want this fleet to go ahead and... I kind of want to go to full army maintenance and just track some of these pirates down. I just don't like having them. And the pirates use this strait a lot, which gets annoying, especially when I'm trying to move men through there. Let's go ahead and get some new characters in place. You, I do want to be nice and strong because you influence my army morale. Ooh, this... Okay, I need... Okay, just a little bit more, and I'll lose 15 stability. I'm okay losing a little bit of stability. I think I'm going to do this. Alright, so monthly governor loyalty. But, if I were to come here, I am the only governor. And I am obviously not going to become disloyal to myself. So, in the end, I really don't have to play that kind of balancing game where... If I, you know, go monthly governor loyalty down here, I want to, like, take monthly governor up here. Instead, I can just hit this, exemption for nobility. Yeah, governor loyalty will go down, but because I'm staying in one region, the region of Magna Graecia, I'm playing a very tall Sicily campaign, then my governor loyalty won't actually go down because I am the governor. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this. It's going to take my army maintenance down by 15%. That's huge. Unfortunately, it's going to drop my stability way down to 29, but that's going to be okay in this case. And we're just going to do it. So now how much money am I making? All right, a little bit better, a little bit better. I want to continue pumping out my citizen output, so I'm going to go ahead and just build another library in and a academy in Syracuse. Syracuse is going to become a grand city for learning. I also might consider building up my fort level in Syracuse a little bit, because if Syracuse falls, we will be in a lot of trouble. I definitely don't want anyone to be taking slaves away from Syracuse. Another Olympic Games. I'll go ahead and move you. Oh, who is this? One of our soldiers has the reputation of a man blessed by the god of war himself. 10 Marshal. I'll go ahead and take that. Plus, you're pretty loyal. Yeah, I'll take that. And in fact, I might... No, I want anyone with 10 Marshal score. You know what? I want the man with 10 Marshal score to help me tech up a little faster. And I will put you, who it looks like I just fired. You have 10 Finesse. That's great. That will just help me tech up a little faster. And we are still continuing to gain manpower at the rate of about 216 per month. That's great. You have 14 men. When I eventually get about 10,000 manpower, I will probably be looking to go to war. Alright, so... let's do you there. Sacrifice to gods, and you there. Oh. I wish that even when there wasn't a person working these jobs, it would tell you what the job does, so you knew whether you needed to prioritize it. Like, I guess I could just like have this memorized by now, but I haven't yet. Let's just see what happens if I go to full maintenance. Yeah, I start losing a lot of money really quickly. Oh man, racked with pain. My son is in dire need. He has gained the trait one-eyed. Guess I'll go ahead and put that back down. So yeah, my son is not great. He's bald, he only has one eye. He's got to have like some kind of terrible form of cancer, right? Better luck next time, still get some popularity, that's great. And continuing on to rebuilding my manpower. Thinking about where I want to go next. I definitely want some tributaries. I definitely want them to be paying money to me. I also will start to look for some more feudatories. I would love it if I could just get pretty much the entire Italian peninsula as feudatories instead of tributaries. Looks like Rome just pieced out with someone. Ooh, it looks like I have another son. That's going to be good because, well, it doesn't look like my current son's going to be sticking around super long. I'm going to go ahead and fabricate a claim on the Marsians when I get 20... what you call it, that is. Political influence. It would be nice to go to war with the Marsians, because they will bring in the Samniums as well as... who else? The Samniums and the Pelaginians. But the Pelaginians, where are they? Yeah, they are up here. I'm not super worried about them. They only have 8 cohorts. That's not a big deal at all. So yeah, it would basically just be a fight with the Samniums again, plus the 9,000 troops here. But I wouldn't have to worry about the Etruscans, and hopefully I'd be able to maybe even definitely take them as a feudatory, but maybe even either break the Samnians up a little bit more or have them give some territory to some of my other vassals. But again, for now, I just need to keep on keeping on, increasing the number of men that I have available to fight in any wars to come. Let's see, is there any invention I have that will help me out to do that? Nope, doesn't appear so. To every cloud. Ooh, this helps though. I get 2,000, that's what, 10 years or 10 months worth of troops right there. That's going to help immensely. Fortunately, what I really need is to increase the amount of money I'm making. I would love to also make enough money to turn Syracuse into a metropolis. However, I think that that is probably going to be a little ways down the line. I could think about, well, first of all, I might just build an aqueduct to go ahead and make sure that there's enough population capacity in Syracuse to handle an increased population if I do start going to war. Also, how close, it's this, the victor's spoils, that I'm really excited about. I don't want to increase army maintenance, though, to start drilling. Unfortunately, for now, I will just have to be happy with the amount of military experience that I have. It's going to slowly tick up, but I'll get victor's spoils relatively soon. Oh, would you look at this? It looks like the Romans may or may not be done completely. I do want to go ahead and fabricate a claim on the Marsians now. And I want to attack them as soon as possible. So, thankfully, my fabrication speed is extremely high. So we should have that claim done fairly quickly. However, probably not as quickly as Rome is going to, try to take back some of the land that is theirs. Maybe I spoke too soon when I said that Rome seemed to be out of this. They still did have quite a significant power base. And as long as Rome controls, well, Rome, I don't think you can ever count them out, even though Rome is actually not a super influential city right now, and in fact seems to be being starved out. It only has a population capacity of 17 compared to its 32 pops there. I bet that's why they keep trying to ask me for grain, because after all, they are reliant completely on trade to feed the city of Rome itself, because they own no other province. So yeah, the Samnians are really just trying to starve them out. Rome is not a grand city in this campaign, that's for sure. Instead, Syracuse is. Of course, Carthage is even grander. And some of the cities over here, like Pella. Oh, looks like Syracuse is bigger than Pella, and it actually looks like the Macedonians are in a little bit of rough shape as well. Let's check out, like, this future Byzantium. No, this city always does pretty well. It's got 70. Yeah, so really, well, let's check out Alexandria real fast. Alexandria has 124. So really, the two biggest cities in the world are going to be Alexandria and Carthage, probably. Looks like we have a new, I can embrace an aristocratic society. No, I'm not going to do that. I have no willing to do that. That's what we just were. I think I like where I am now. Let's check that out. Yeah, I think I like where I am now. I get that Freeman output instead of, yeah. I think this is just better for me at the current moment. I like the monthly loyalty up, and I like the military ideas. When can I start getting new military ideas? Around Marshall 6, so I'm not too far away. In the meantime, let's think about maybe taking... No, I'm just going to hold off. Save up some money for any war that hopefully I will be beginning rather soon. Speaking of saving up money, I'll go ahead and just take the money saving option. Either way, I think that's where I'm going to have to end it for today. I never did a wrap-up in the last video because we were at war with Carthage and there was a lot going on. But it looks like Rome just to quickly go around the world, it looks like Rome is trying to reclaim some of its once great and glorious empire on the Italian peninsula. Maybe Rome has not been cast out of this game quite yet. That would be really interesting to see another Rome pop up. Although, let's actually take a look. Yeah, they are quite strong right now, and they have some allies. The Etruscans. Although, who's occupying the Etruscan land? Occupied by Plagenia. Anyway, Rome may or may not be out of this campaign quite yet. Very interestingly, and great for the memes, the boys are doing well up in the north, but the Arvenians seem to be doing a decent job gaining a foothold in Gaul. Carthage is kind of frightening for us. They seem to have really locked down North Africa really well. I was hoping they would expand more into Iberia than try to expand over and over again into Sicily, but it seems like they are, at the current moment, happy to lick their wounds from being defeated. I get it, it was a white peace, but I'm going to say they were defeated in the last war because we were vastly outnumbered and outgunned in almost every way. Macedon's fighting a war, but also looks to be trying to consolidate its power in the Greek peninsula. Phrygia and the Seleucids seem to be doing pretty well. And that's kind of our wrap-up. So, unfortunately, we didn't do... Well, no, this was still a successful episode because we defended our island. And the most important part of a Tall Sicily campaign is making sure that Sicily stays nice and tall and is not cut down to size. So anyway, I've been Ben the Bold. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, go ahead and hit that like button. You can subscribe too if you want to see the next one. And I will see you tomorrow.